Hello, my name's Kat. I'm a druid, and this is me out in the little grove that I use with my partner to generally watch the seasons pass. It's just a little bit up the road from our house, so it's lovely, and people tend to come here purely because it's a little peaceful place. So I'll be getting my lovely fellow who is doing the camera work here to, and he's waving, to take some lovely shots for those of you who don't get out so much. Here we've got hawthorn blossom, we've got bluebells, we've got so much going on here. There's an ongoing collective noun of badgers. There's so many badgers, and every year there's more and more, so the badgers make new sets, and it's a whole housing project going on, and it's absolutely lovely. But I'm here today because I've been asked to speak for this group, and part of me was a little bit leery of doing so. I wasn't sure what to say because ostensibly, as Debbie mentioned in her talks, I look fine from the outside. I'm not registered disabled or anything. I'm fully mobile, but in recent years I've had very much ups and downs with regard to mental health and depression, and I've left one job because of it. Classically, one boss said to me, "I think you're disabled and shouldn't be here." But since then I've been having various types of treatment, and ups and downs is the upshot of it. Still going on, still on NHS wait lists, and still doing what I can in the meantime. My spirituality is a good part of how I get through the days, and people come to me and say, "You're a druid or an active pagan, how do you live your druidry during these difficult times? How do you compile the hard stuff when it's not as pretty as it is today, when everything seems stormy in the outside and the inside, and what do you do?" And some of you know I determined to overcome this in some way and turn the depression into something good. So I wrote a book which is out there in the world. But it's more about me doing something every day, and I try and do just something. And I made a promise years ago to live my paganism by simply stepping one step after another, step, step, step. And that's what I try and do. I don't necessarily walk my paganism literally, but I try and do something with it every day. And whether that be emailing someone who has contacted me and giving them a bit of reassurance, which happens all the time, visiting people, which I can sometimes do and can sometimes not. I work as a pagan prison chaplain, which is fantastic for literally working with people who feel that they've been forgotten because they almost feel ostracised from the pagan community, which they aren't. They're still pagans, very much. And it's ironic really that prison has allowed them to come together as pagans in a way that the outside world hasn't, because out here people live far away, a lot of the stuff goes on social media, and with the best will in the world, some of these guys are never going to get on social media again because they don't have Facebook in prison. But I think of them often, I help them, I try and think of my friends who are out in the world and miles away. I wanted to do a video so that I can speak to those people who I've often chatted to online, people in America and Canada and Australia, and hello to all of you who've been following me for so long, and I would love people to come together to walk their paths together. And the best way to do it, it seems at the moment, is similar to this online group. Everyone is gathering together now, no matter where they are, to watch each other and to hear our voices, myself and the other speakers, and to share our experiences. So whether we be physically able or not, or mentally able or not, I've been very nervous about doing this today, but I can't let myself get into the state of rising panic, and it rises, and then my brain goes, "You can't do anything! Oh my God! Ah, duvet now!" And those horrible, horrible moments where you feel you cannot do anything, because I've been there and I'm often there and I hate it. But I've come out here and I'm watching the clouds, I'm feeling the sun on my head. I've been looking at the badger sets and the butterflies at the moment, and I'm just sitting here and I'm talking to you and thinking, this is something. I've done this today and hopefully it will brighten someone's day. And just by sharing that and sharing this conversation, it's like sharing a phone call with a friend. I'm able to bring myself out and make myself feel better. And another thing I'm doing this month, which is crazy, quite honestly, I'm attempting a challenge called Marathon in a Month, which Debbie has asked me to talk about. And it's for the British Heart Foundation. I'm running a marathon across the month, across May. So unlike the wonderful Eddie Izzard running a marathon every day, which I'm really not going to do, it's running a marathon across the month, so about a minimum of a mile a day. And I do try and run it. I do walk a bit sometimes because I live on a very steep hill. But I'm doing this because I'm not an athlete, I'm not physically fit, but it's also the physical challenge of doing it and the mental challenge of doing it. It's getting my kit on and getting out the door and starting those first steps of running uphill away from my house, because everyone is uphill. Downhill is wonderful, but every step away from the house and then back to the house, there's so much uphill. It is such a challenge, and half of it I'm saying to myself, you can do this, or some sort of mantra to keep myself going and keep one foot in front of the other, keep that step going. And a lovely heathen friend of mine who runs said you should recite runes as you run, so I've done that. I've run home chanting runes with every step, and it's my own silly fault once that a thunderstorm happened, because, you know, runes are powerful things. We have a biplane going past, so I apologise for that. I hope it doesn't obstruct me too much. But everyone is getting out and enjoying the day today, it seems. I can see cows down the bottom of the hill, just doing their thing. I run past them and they watch me, and I wave and say hello. There's sheep at the other end of the hill, and I watch them grow from tiny lambs into big mother sheep, as happens. And they run along, scampering around. It's wonderful to see, and this is why I run. I run around this because it's the countryside, and it's streets and fields. It's every part of this hill which is my home. And when I can't do that, I regret it and I feel sad, but I know that I will work through that and get to it another day. I've met many pagans in various stages of disability over the years, and a lot of people come to me saying thank you for writing so candidly about my own mad brain. But I do fully believe that no matter who you are, if you are out there and you are able to think for yourself and to do, then you can do it. You can make those steps every day. Not 12 steps, nothing like that's organised, just doing something every day for yourself. So you can make a cup of tea, you can enjoy a slice of cake, you can do whatever you want to do. And if it means leaving the house and going enjoying the sunshine, or walking in the rain, or standing in the garden in a thunderstorm, done that. And you're doing something for yourself. You're proving you can still do it. You can still move and feel your connection to this world and feel your connection to this path, because the world is always there. And I've often said it's all very well to be grounding, and I do agree with grounding and bringing yourself back to your centre and yourself, if you can, because when you're panicking it's about the hardest thing in the world. But the ground is always there, and even if you fall over, it'll catch you and you'll bruise your bum, and then you'll laugh and you'll get up and you'll try again with whatever it was. I've seen wonderful pagans do things while in wheelchairs and on walkers. I've seen a fantastic chap who's quadriplegic pagan on his mobile stretcher bed going through pagan pride and go to rock concerts and not letting it stop him. And that makes me think, wow, we are warriors and we are miracle makers, and we are making our own lives every day. We are making that strength in our hearts and our heads, and we are doing what we can do. And it feels impossible some days. It feels truly, truly impossible to do anything. But Go and boil that kettle and make tea, and take strength from the tea. Step outside, look out of the window from your bed, if that's what it takes, and see the world. You can see the birds, see the trees. This is our religion, this is our spirituality. And this is where we live, this is our home. Wherever you see, that is your home and that is your place. You are part of it. Your feet on the ground, even if you fall over, your hands on the ground. You can ground from your bed, lying down, rooting down. It can be done. The challenge often for me is proving to myself and my evil, depressed brain that you can do it even when it feels like you can't. And the brain is saying to you, you can't do anything, you're worthless, you're rubbish, you're shit. But it's not true. And that's the hard part, is holding on. So, wherever you are now watching this, wherever you are now, take hands and touch whatever you feel lowest to you. I'm feeling this bench. My feet are on the floor, out of shot, but they are on this forest floor. And just feel and connect. And this is pre-recorded. I'm recording this onto a video and sending it, but it's going to be broadcast on Friday, so you'll be seeing this in the future, which I love the magic of technology. I will be reaching out to you then. I will be sitting on my floor and reaching out to you, and we will connect as a group watching this. And you have that as a pagan, as a practitioner. You have that connection with all of those other people connecting around the world, feeling that relationship. I give you my heart and my head, my strength, my energy. I call to the powers of the earth, to the sky, to the sea that surrounds this island. I call to give us strength, remind us who we are. I feel the wind in the trees. I know that I'm heard. You can do this. You can step forward. Keep stepping. Seek your inspiration. Seek your ground. Move forward. Make magic and be wonderful.